Welcome to Innovision FM, better known as Innovision TV. And we're going to start this show out a little bit different. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all. Now, some of you may wonder, like, okay, well, what does that mean? You know, we don't say that at our school. I guess when I was going to school, there was a time, it was just after prayer was taken out of school. And if you go to Netflix, look up the movie "The Most Hated Woman in the World," and you'll see that how she and her son got prayer out of school. This atheist in 1962, and so but they didn't get out saying the Pledge of the Allegiance, and so me and my friends and everybody, we would do that each morning. If you're just joining us, my name is Johnny J. I'm the only in Colorado blind TV producer, and my opinions doesn't reflect the views of Denver Open Media, or not Denver Open Media, but what do we call it? Denver Community Television, or any of those guys. So it's my opinion alone. Let me see. I think my batteries went out. Oh, okay, it didn't go out. Oh, good morning. Okay, and yeah, okay. So, and also I want to remind you before we get started as well, that I do have a book on Kindle. The book is called 6 Shades of Blindness, and it tells the story of how doctors almost killed me by giving me this medication, what led up to this medication that blinded me. And I was one of the 30% of people that live through Stevens-Johnson syndrome, that's sometimes caused by allergic reaction of a medication. And like Elijah, who was murdered by, allegedly murdered by the police, and the paramedics, when they injected him with that 500 milligrams of that drug, either the chokehold caused it, or the final blow of that medication did it. And they said the third causes of death behind cancer and behind heart disease is doctors who make mistakes. That's the third leading cause of death in the United States of America. So it's part of that stat. So anyway, pre-order the book on Kindle. Amazon Kindle is a great price. If you say, oh well, I'd rather just directly donate, you can do paypal.me/InnovisionDenver. You can do that as well. Oh man, okay. So I want to say, like, for people who have seen my past ones, you may think, oh man, you're really down on Governor Polis and Mayor Michael B. Hancock. Well, when you're a leader, things that go right in the city, they blame you, and things that go wrong in the city, they blame you. And this past Sunday, I went to the support the Blue rally, and I thought, I say, hey, it's going to be a good band there. I've been there for the last 5 years. I was going to go to the sixth one. And Randy Corporon, which if you go to his page, you'll see videos of what happened. Randy Corporon, and that's CORPORON. Go to his Twitter page. Good morning. And then also, if you go to Michelle Maltin, she was going to be the special speaker there that day as well. And the police chief, Paul, I forgot his last name, he was ordered by someone. Now he lied and wouldn't say exactly who when he was on 710 KNUS radio. When he was on that station Monday, or it could have been, was it Monday or was it Tuesday? No, I think it was Monday, when he was on the show, on the Tubbs show, between 4 and 5 o'clock on 710 KNUS radio, and you can go and listen to the interview if you missed it. And his birthday was yesterday, so happy birthday for telling your policemen to stand down and let women be beat up, choked, pushed around at this event that they had a permit to have that day, and they had a permit, and the other group did not have a permit. Okay, and maybe they didn't set up their security as well as they could have been. But for you, Paul, the chief of police, to tell your policemen to stand down and let these people be beaten by this Antifa, the so-called Black Lives Matter, which is just a left-wing Marxist socialist arm of the Democratic Party. They care nothing about Black Lives Matter. Mayor B. Hancock, though I don't know you, mister, I can tell by your actions that you do not care about black people. Jared Polis, though I don't know you, I can tell that you don't care about black people, and you don't care about anybody else that is not in your party. And I could say the same thing for Michael B. Hancock. And when you say that you're the governor for all citizens, you're a liar. When Michael B. Hancock says he's the governor for all citizens, when I go to that Martin Luther King rally and I see how you talk down on our president, you're not for all the people. You're for the people that are putting money in your pocket, and not once have you said, hey, I'm gonna, because the citizens of Colorado, because the citizens of Denver, Colorado are hurting. If they're not, if the ones that are hurting the most are not receiving checks, I'm gonna stop receiving my check as well. So both of you guys have no skin in the game. The governor's mansion, Jared Polis, you don't even stay there. You stay in your villa, your gated community in Boulder. Michael B. Hancock, you're far from the Capitol. You allowed this to happen. Now you're going to charge the citizens $1 million to fix something that you allowed to happen. And during the Cinco de Mayo celebration, you said we're going to have a mass decree, and instead of doing it that Friday because it was so urgent, you waited until after the Cinco de Mayo Day celebration to put in the mass decree, the 6th of May. There's a political agenda. You guys will lie like a dog and say that there isn't. But for those of us who are, what they say, woke, we know that you're a liar and the truth is not in you. We also know, I was talking to a relative of mine. I kept saying, like, I see all these white people doing that. And then I realized, wait a minute. In Ephesians chapter 6, it says, we don't wrestle against flesh and blood, but against powers and principalities. So forget about the race of the person. Forget about the color of the person. Because we're not wrestling against that. We're wrestling against evil. And evil comes in shades of black, Michael B. Hancock, and evil comes in shades of white. And for Jared Polis to now say that, at 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, we're going to roll back the time and we're going to shut down the alcohol at 10 o'clock. Now the 200 restaurants that are still around, because Michael B. Hancock and Jared Polis, you guys hate small businesses so much that you allowed them to be destroyed. You didn't protect any businesses because it's not touching your check. So you say, if a business gets destroyed, if a small business gets put out, who cares? Just as long as we keep our marijuana, our liquor stores, and our big chain stores open, we'll keep the big guys open, but we will destroy the smaller companies. So I'm doing this. I'm going to show a little bit of the video. I had someone watching this say, well, man, it doesn't look like that much happened. It seems like people standing on the stage blowing their horns, but they don't realize, because they're idiot and they drink too much alcohol, maybe, who knows, that stage was licensed and had a permit, and they had insurance to have that forum for 3 hours. And at about 4:15, it was over, and then they took over. Republican Party, I've never seen such weak people in my life. I've never seen such weak representatives. Corey Gardner, instead of putting something on your Facebook, you should have sent out a official press release. Official press release. Yeah. I'm covering Republicans and Democrats on this one, because if you're just being a passive observer, like I see these Republicans are, because okay, let me tell you where I get. I started voting when I was 18, and I think I registered as independent. Then I went to Democrat, then independent, back and forth between independent. And then I really didn't understand the history of Democrats. I didn't know that the Democrats were the ones that started the KKK. I didn't know that the Democrats was the ones that reversed the Reconstruction that the Republicans did after they freed the slaves. They said, well, we need to get these people, a good start, since they've been working for free for this long. Let's give them a piece of land. Let's when it was illegal to teach them how to read and write, let's get that in place so they can have a running chance. And as soon as the Republicans and the abolitionists left, the Democrats, or the soon-to-be Democrats, took over, kicked them off the land, put them in a further place off that land. Then started the Jim Crow laws, started the lynching, that people went to Woodrow Wilson in the 1905, trying to stop that. And Woodrow Wilson said, no, I'm not into that. And supposedly, that law is still here, I think since last year, that it's legal to lynch a black person. So I was looking at, and then like Malcolm X, I was looking at film, and they would call Dixiecrats. They were the ones that were the separatists, and they wanted nothing to do with integration or anything like that. Bull Connor, who sicked the dogs and poured and shot the fire hose waters at the protesters, and I didn't put it together, and it wasn't being taught in any schools, and my parents didn't understand this fact, or they weren't talking. But somehow, the Democrat says, hey, we're not wolves. Look, we're sheep. We're sheep. Come over here. And we'll come only once a year, or once every 4 years, once every 2 years, when we want your votes. And then after we got our votes, bye-bye, see you later. And then I'm saying, like, okay, who are they now? Oh, now they grab a group called Black Lives Matters. Then you read about who they're for. Destroy the family. There should be no matriarch in the family. We're on this other agenda. We want to be a Marxist socialist. And then we're gonna, every donation you give to us, we're gonna feed it to the Democratic Party, all these white men and women, and it will do nothing to help black people at all. Then we see the governor, the mayor of Chicago, maybe just the mayor of Chicago, Miss Lightfoot or Miss Lightweight, whatever her name is, saying, don't come down here. We want to continue letting these gang members shoot one another, and maybe they'll just kill each other off. She didn't say that, but that's what I'm looking at. Then you have these other guys say, no, don't send anyone help, because they're sanctuary cities, just like Michael B. Hancock, Denver, Colorado, where she lied at first and then he turned it around and said, oh, okay, we welcome everybody. You could be a rapist, you could be a criminal, you can destroy, you can kill our citizens, but we welcome you to Colorado because we are a sanctuary city. You damn fool. Yes, I'm saying that to you. And maybe if I say it to Jared Paulus, he'll start crying. But he didn't start crying in 2010 when he said, when he called the governor of Arizona the same thing that they said about him at this last go around when he was running for governor. He didn't, so you can dish it out, Governor Jared Paulus, but you can't take it. You start to cry. But you didn't cry when you were dishing it out in 2010. Why isn't that? And you guys can look it up if they haven't erased it from the internet, because I see YouTube is starting to erase stuff from the internet. Whenever you can look up facts. So, like I said, I'm going to put a video of what Denver, the Capitol, across the street, last Sunday at the protest. Not the protest, but the support of the blue, what it looked like. And I'm saying to the black people, see, first they were testing it with the black people. They said, how much can we show how much we hate these black people, and they still keep coming back, right? And we'll even put black people that look like them in charge, and we'll mistreat them, and let's see how many times they come back. We'll come around once every 2 years, once every 4 years, and say, hey, give us your this and this, and we'll just show how much we hate them for the next 2 years, next 4 years. Elections have consequences. So restaurants, you're going to sue now. But will Polis change his mind? By the time the show gets on the air, will he have changed his mind? Just like Michael Hancock, Peter Boyle says he's a puppet. I don't know. Or maybe he's just the tester. Jared Paulus says, okay, we're going to test this. So he goes down to Michael B. Hancock and says, okay, let's close down the marijuana places. And then they see this big rush. Nobody socially standing apart and nobody wearing a mask. And they run for the marijuana places, And they say, no. Okay, we changed our mind, and now you guys got to be full of alcohol and full of marijuana to keep you calm down. You need that drug so you won't commit suicide, because we're about to play a social. We're going to fundamentally change Denver, Colorado, just like the president, the so-called first black president, fundamentally changed the United States of America into a Marxist socialist platform for their wannabe Nazis, brown shirts, and demagogues. And so now, I gotta let you know, I was listening to KLZ radio Tuesday, and he said, and John Rush, his show comes up between 3 and 6 o'clock in the evening. John Rush said, his friends went down there to the Pepsi Center, and they filled out the paperwork to get the testing for the virus. Well, they ran out of tests. So they said, okay, come back the next time, come back, tomorrow. And so before they could even come back again, they got the test results, the test that they didn't even take, and it said positive. People of Colorado were being duped. They're counting one person. If they test them one time, they count that as one. They test that same person again, they count that as two. They don't say they're testing the same person. If the coronavirus is as deadly as they say it is, why do they have to lie? The same reason that Al Sharpton with Tawana Brawley in 1988 lied about her being raped and tied up and put feces on. The same reason that Al Sharpton lied as a Democrat. He's a race hustler. Paulus, race hustler. Michael B. Hancock, race hustlers. And they do not care. It's only about the power. That's why the Capitol looks like it does, because they don't care. That's why they allowed the businesses to be destroyed, because they don't care about black people, poor people, or other people getting off welfare. Because if they get off welfare, or if they get off this unemployment check that gives them more money to be unemployed, they're conditioning you to depend on the government, so they can make the government bigger, more power. And then they complain about when they give money back to we the people. This government is supposed to be we the people. We are a republic. We're not a democracy. We are a republic. Anyway, let me give a shout out. My battery just ran out of my headset here, so I'm gonna give a shout out. Pamela is watching. Okay, let me turn up the sound here. Oh, Pat Lamo. Hey, God bless you, Pat Lamo. This lady is a wonderful lady. She works at the Black Eyed Peas. Wonderful lady. Eric, thanks for watching. Malcolm Moore, thank you for watching. Justin, thank you for watching. Kimmy is watching. Okay, well, thank you all for watching. I know a lot of people will join us. I'm making it short, and then when you see the produce part of this, it's going to be, I'm going to add in some videos so you can see how your governor, who is showing his hate towards you, and your mayor, who's showing his hate towards you. Like I said, they use poor people and black people as the experiment. Now they're just doing it for everybody. They got away with us. Now they say, let's see if we can do it with the whole, all of the people. Doesn't matter if you're poor, doesn't matter. But if you're friends of theirs, if you're one of the cronies, hey, wow. Anyway, let me close this down. God bless you guys for watching. Don't forget my Kindle book, 6 Shades of Blindness. You can pre-order it on Amazon. You can go to innervisionrecords.org. Check out what our nonprofit is about, innervisionrecords.org, or our radio station, innervisionfm.com. This is Innervision TV. My name is Johnny J. I am I'm the only blind TV producer in Colorado. And we thank you for watching. See you the next time. That I know that are policemen, not all of them are bad. And this group just took over, and that seems to be it for the supporting the police. We talked to a female police on the way over, and we talked to a male police officer, and I guess right now they even kicked out the homeless people because
homeless people, they concentrate more close to Capitolium.
oh, okay.
They are not here anymore. But this guy is homeless, he's lying in the trees, but he is in some homeless group in another place. But
And
not so
for
much.
people who are blind, tell me what we're looking at. Are these people marching around?
I saw an American flag, which is not like 3-color, white, red and blue. It's a special American flag with white, blue and black line.
Okay, so whatever flag that is.
Black, mostly black. It's color and black and blue American flag.
And these people, they took over the stage, as I understand.
They're everywhere. It's a mix.
And what
people.
Some of them are wearing black masks and the black shirts.
Yes, some of them have really very, very strong mask with like a protection from chemistry.
Oh, from gas?
Some of them, yeah. And, just everyone yelling. I do not hear any speech.
Well, there's no speech. They're just disrupting.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like they only want their speech to be heard. So any speech other than their speech, this Marxist, socialist group, anarchies.
Some people have protection on the arm, like from leather and metal. Maybe fighting. I don't know for what.
Yeah. They say go home racist, but they are the racist ones.
Oh God, somebody was beaten, I think, I don't know, but some woman, they take you in the bench. They take you in the bench.
Okay.
What's going on? And some woman, she feels very bad, and guys take you in the bench. Maybe she was beaten, I don't know.
Well,
so
we don't know.
People take care about her now.
Okay.
No police come.
To
No
help,
police with metal head come.
to help her?
No, go around. I think that maybe it's time to go home and see the news.
Okay. For Innervision FM, Innervision TV, we are the news right now. And so we're going to go home and see it on the other television station. Okay, let's cut it off.
Pictures of this woman was beaten and she feels really